Okay, hi guys. This is Colin Scott from Blue Shift Publishing, and I'm just doing this video just to show my friends over at Apex Authors exactly why it is so easy to utilize Microsoft Word instead of actually having to utilize any other kind of software to actually publish your, Kindle books. This is actually what you're looking on here is what I receive from my authors, and they put together, of course, a description and about the author for my pen name, and as well as what is known as a dedication of the book itself, and the chapters, etc., or the chapter titles, and so on and so on. So basically, what I have is what is known as a template, and this is the particular template here that you're looking on, and it's of course blank. I excluded in the past we had where you would actually add the cover. Of course, no, you don't add the cover to your Kindle book anymore because Kindle now adds the cover automatically. They format it and place that inside the book itself. So if you end up adding a cover inside the book, it's going to be duplicated, and of course that's going to lessen the amount that people can actually see in the Amazon Look Inside feature. So you don't want to actually do that. There's something, of course, you're in Microsoft Word here, so you want to go ahead and activate. You want to go ahead and activate this little button here, which is the show and hide on the paragraphs. What it basically does that it tells you in terms of the proper formatting of your book. Specifically, if there are going to be double spaces between words, that can happen from time to time. You don't want that to be, of course, happening. So what you want to go ahead and do is to just click this little button here. It's going to show you where this is. It gives you what is known as an enter. So if you have two of them, you don't want to actually have two of them, because two of them you're going to be enter. So you're going to have two spaces below each paragraph. So that helps with the formatting. And of course, I'm going to scroll down here. This little dot that you're seeing right here represents one space bar or one space. So of course, that's also important. And I'm going to scroll down here and show you the neat thing that I actually utilize. And it's actually this here. Now what this does is that it allows me to automatically add in my chapter titles to create what is known as a table of contents. So there's no need for you to actually, create anything else or do anything else with that. It automatically updates, and I'm going to show you that in just a few minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and head back over to my edited book, and I would go ahead and, of course, take this as the title. I'm just going to copy that, go back over to my template, and scroll up, and I'm just going to right-click here. Let's go ahead and Control-V, and just paste that in. And as you can see, in copying and pasting, it's going to automatically format the words to specifically what I require. So I just go ahead and delete that here. So the name of the book, of course, is The Mediterranean Diet. So I'm going to click here. This is where I would put my subtitle. And of course, this is where I would put my author. So basically what I go ahead and do is just copy and paste between, the final print or the edited final print that I get from my author. Take all that information here, and I'm going to show you exactly, what it is that I do, why it's so easy for me instead of using Word Crusher. Even though, I'll be honest with you, Jay and John, really great software. Word Crusher is, awesome. But for me, having utilized this system, it's really and truly not necessary for me to actually, go ahead and do anything. So this is basically what I would have gotten here. I just want to make sure I activate this button here just to make sure if I'm not seeing any double spacing. And normally what I do, just to ensure I get rid of that, I'm in Microsoft Word. I'm going to go over to the Replace button here, and I'm going to just hit my space bar twice to say double spacing. And I'm going to say replace that with one space. and I'm going to hit the replace all button here. So it made one replacement. That means it was done once. But as you can see, if I decided here to hit the close button, I decided to put 2 spaces here, went down here, hit 2 spaces there. Of course, it comes up no, but normally when you receive this file, you actually don't see it. As you can see right here, there's a double space here, but there's no Microsoft Word, indication that there is something wrong grammatically. So what I'm going to do here is head back to the replace button, and of course, just hit space, space, head backspace there, ensure there are no spaces, hit 1 space, and I'm going to just hit replace all. It's going to say it made 3 replacements, and of course, as you can see, it has replaced the spaces that are there. So that's properly formatted. And of course, each time you can have spaces behind the enter there. You might want to remove that. And unfortunately, there's no real way to actually replace that when you're going through with the find and replace. So once you're reading through the book, you're going to just have to change that kind of stuff. So I'm going to show you the really cool part of it, which helps with putting together, sorting out in terms of my chapter titles or the table of contents. As you can see here, this is for an introduction. Is what is the Mediterranean diet. I'm just going to copy that here. Head back over to my book, which is my template. Scroll down here, and I'm going to leave all this stuff here because you don't touch any of this. This is your table of contents. You don't touch that. I'm going to head down. This, of course, is my front matter and my dedication. That would have gone there. And I'm just going to go over here, and because it's not chapter 1, it's actually the introduction, I'm just going to copy and paste the introduction there. Ensure that I delete 1, ensure there's a space there. And the introduction I know was, what is the Mediterranean diet? So I'm just going to go back, edited copy and paste this. And what I normally do, because I do have 2 screens, I just have no idea how to work that when I'm shooting a video. I usually put each one on either screen and just copy and paste, copy and paste, copy and paste. It makes the process very seamless. Or if you only have 1 screen or 1 monitor, you can, minimize, the button here and put both, Microsoft Word documents on that 1 screen, and you can toggle between the 2 of them very, very easily. So I'm going to head back over to my edited book here, and I'm just going to go ahead and paste. And it tells you, chapter, and then it says enter the chapter title. And now it says enter the chapter content. Now what I've started to do is to change the format here from Times New Roman to something known as Calibri. It seems to kind of be a little bit better, or looks a little bit better when you are actually doing, or creating your book. So I just pick on Calibri here. It kind of changes it there. Excellent. And it seems to work in a Kindle. So that works fine for me. And I'm going to copy where it says here, enter the content. Now, as you can see, all the page breaks are here as well between each chapter. So there's no reason to put any page breaks there. And of course, you're going to keep this template flowing, so each time you have a new book to add, you're going to just add the content. And I'm going to go back to my edited book, and I'm going to just copy here. This is, of course, the content. Just copy some of it. I'm going to head back to my template, and I'm just going to hit Ctrl-V. And there you have it. So it's formatted in Calibri. All the content is here. I would go through now and start putting my formatting, like my bold, etc., etc. I could color this red or do whatever I want to do. Come back here, just delete that E, and that's basically it. I can underline what I need to underline here. Put this in italics, whatever I need to do, because it's in Microsoft Word. Now, this is the cool part that makes it quite seamless for me. And once I've done this with every single chapter, I would, of course, go through and then add my images. To add an image, I just press that enter button here, and I want to ensure that I'm going to insert my image here. So I would just click on insert, and insert picture, and then I find whatever picture I'm looking to insert, and I can probably take this here, and I'm going to insert that picture right there. There you have it. Picture is inserted. I can format that picture, and I could format that picture, and I could say, okay, well, I need it to be 50%. Hit the tab button, so it's both height and width is 50% right there. All done. Okay, so that is basically putting that part of it together in terms of adding the content. Now, in terms of updating your table of contents, this is the really cool part. You're going to just click on it right here, and then in your Microsoft Word document, you're going to see something that says References. So I'm going to hit the References button here, and all I'm going to do, having added all that information, I haven't touched my table of contents, all my information here, I'm just going to hit something that says Update Table. And automatically Microsoft Word changes this. So now I do have my table of contents, my publisher's notes, my dedication, and now instead of chapter 1, I have introduction, what's the Mediterranean diet, and that now appears, and it's clickable. So I'm going to show you guys the finished product. So this is the actual finished product here. Here we go. And this is what the finished product looks like. And it's done in Microsoft Word, of course. I'm just going to page down. There you have it. All this information here. And normally what I do is I go ahead and bold where it says chapter 1, because that actually comes out, in the software itself. And what I'm going to do is that I ran it through Kindle already. So I'm going to go ahead and hit my start button and hit on my Kindle previewer. So Kindle previewer comes up, and that's going to show you what it looks like in the Kindle previewer. There's something else that you have to actually do, because what would happen is that sometimes when you look on your Kindle book, when you do it in Microsoft Word might add what are known as indentations. There's a way to get around that, and by doing that, what you actually have to do is to select the entire document and then specify the indentation to be 0.01. If you don't do that, Kindle will automatically take the indentation and put it at 0.1. I think, I'm almost sure, or I think almost an inch or half an inch. It's going to automatically do that. So you have to specify that it should be 0.01. And that's relatively simple. I can show you that very quickly. So I'm going to go ahead and click where it says here paragraph. And that pops up. And then right here, as you can see here where it says indentation, I have 0.01. So what that does is that it tells the Kindle to put it at 0.01. So that basically works for me. And there are, of course, going to be things in this that I don't actually know. I don't know everything, but it works fairly easily, for when I'm, formatting the book. So I'm going to just go ahead and click on File, Open Book to have a look on what it looks like. And I'm going to be looking for Mediterranean diet here. I think this is the second one. And this is what it looks like in the Kindle preview. Excellent. So it's giving me all this information here, and I'm just going to go ahead and scroll down. To me, Calibri looks pretty good. Goes down by page. I've added in all my information here, etc., etc. And what's more important is that I know that the links work. So I can be here, and I'm going to go to Mediterranean juices and drinks from Egypt, and I'm going to click on that, and it heads directly to Mediterranean juices and drinks from Egypt. And that's basically it. I can hit the back button there, and I can go to anywhere that I want to go. I can go back to the table of contents. I can go to my publisher's notes, and that's basically it. And I think I can hit the back button here, and it should carry me up to my image. And that's basically it, guys. So if you want, this is what we do over at Kindle Makers. We handle all of that. We handle the images. We use software to find the copyright-free images to drop them in our books. And this is basically what we do at Blue Shift Publishing. Very, very easy, very, very simple. It works. It doesn't show the indentations, and the format or font is fairly good. So I hope that helps everybody in what it is that they're doing.